Hello, welcome back to video 2. I'm going to jump right in. I have no time to waste because I only have 15 minutes and you're actually the first one that I'm doing of this, so I don't know how long it's going to take. So as you can see, I have both the nature myth analysis and the actual nature myth open on my computer screen at the same time. I feel this is the best way to work. You have your paper copies, so you might not have them both open at the same time, but here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the myth title. Oh, goodness. So my capitalization's a mess and my spelling's a mess. Okay, story of the first snowdrop. I don't know the region of the world. If I were you and I wasn't constrained to 15 minutes, I would Google it. But I'm not going to right now. You could do that. Like, I know you could do that. Okay, so let's just get started. So we're remembering that highlighting means that we're going to erase something. I'm going to look, how is the text organized? This one is definitely all in sequence. It just goes in order. There's no interruptions. It's not out of sequence. So, easy. Next box. The setting. Time. I mean, years-wise, we don't know, but I would say it's in the winter. Actually, I'm going to say it's in the end of winter, beginning of spring, because again, the old man is winter and the young man is spring, and at the end of the story, at the beginning of the story, it's just the old man. Then they kind of both come in that in-between time, and then the old man leaves and it's the young man. Place. Old man's home. Okay. The setting did change. The setting changed. It went from winter to spring. Okay. So characters, major character, we have the old man, who we're also calling winter. And we have the young man, who we are calling spring. And we didn't really have any other characters, so there's no minor characters. So we'll get rid of that. All right, what is the main conflict? What is the problem or goal? So I think there was a problem. So we're going to erase problem, or we're going to erase goal, I'm sorry. And we are going to say the problem was that the old man thought that he was the most accomplished and greatest person, but the young man was essentially outdoing him and challenging him. And now I'm going to come back to my text. I'm going to get a quote. And so I'm kind of going to read it again, and I'm going to show that he says, "There is no one in the world who has done such deeds as I." So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw that quote in here. Easy peasy, copy and paste. It's the only time that you can copy and paste. But I want you to see that I have it in quotation marks. That's the only way that you can copy and paste, is if you put it in quotation marks, because then you're saying these are not my words. These are somebody else's words. And then let me find a quote that shows that the young man is basically challenging him, right? So here's the challenge. All right. So there's a challenge. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to come down to the events in the text. And I think this is out of your screen, so I'm going to move it over a little bit. All right. So the first event in the text is the old man by himself thinking about how great he is. He has quiet, send the birds away. Okay. And the second event is definitely this young man coming. So the young man comes and he argues with the old man. Not really argues, but he debates. We'll call it a debate. So he debates with the old man about who can do the best and most interesting stuff. Okay, so we have this. Let me scroll up so that you can see it a little bit better. So the young man comes, he debates with the old man about who can do the best and most interesting stuff, the coolest stuff, the most powerful stuff. All right. And then event 3 is kind of like the young man wins, right? So he opens the door to show all of the birds. The birds come to him, they sing their song. And when he turns back, the old man is gone. Right? Okay. So let's look at the end of the text. And as you can see, this is going along. Like I said, in class on Tuesday, this document looks very long, looks very involved. And obviously, if you had a longer myth, it would be much longer and much involved. And it might be a little bit longer next week with the myth that you do by yourself. But it's still pretty basic. It's just about you taking the time to just read the instructions and make sure that you're filling out the form correctly. All right, so let's go to the end of the text. We're going to go with, I think there's achievement and failure here. So I'm going to leave both. I'm going to put achievement and failure. And I'm going to put that the young man's achievement was that he overcame winter. He undid everything that winter had done. Okay? And then I'm going to say the old man's failure. Notice how I'm kind of cleaning it up as I'm going, so I'm getting rid of the slashes, that kind of thing. The old man's failure was not being able to outlast spring. However, I will say that the old man also had an achievement. And that was that he was able to leave a piece of winter behind when he left in the form of the new flower, the only flower that can remember winter. And what was that flower called? The snowdrop. All right. So again, I'm just going to clean this up real quick. I'm going to unhighlight things because I don't know how to unhighlight it when I'm small. Because I do think you want to keep it clean. You don't want it to be crazy. I'm also going to underline things. There we go. Wonderful. All right, now I need quotes for support. So I'm just going to, again, kind of get a lot of them. Okay, so the young man's achievement is overcoming winter. So I need to find a quote that shows that he overcame the winter. And so I'm just going to pick one of these in the middle here, where the old man says, I can do this, and then the young man says, yeah, well, I can do this too. So I'm going to take that quote, I'm going to throw it in there, and I need a quote to show that the old man essentially loses, that he fails, that he cannot overcome the spring. And so we're just going to use this. He turned to say goodbye, but the old man was gone. I think that's a good quote to show that. All right. And then then to show the old man's achievement, we're going to give that end where we have these new little flowers that remember the winter. Wonderful. And we have our quotes around it because it is a quote. All right. I can't believe I'm already at 10 minutes. I got to pick it up. Okay. We might have to make this 2 videos. So what's the life lesson? What's the theme? Something like that. So I think basically that I'm going to go with the theme was that life has to move on. Seasons have to change. We can remember past seasons, but we have to move on with life. All right. And I'm kind of just going to use this whole last paragraph here as my quote for support. Wonderful. All right, section 2. Moving along, trying to pick it up. I'm only going to do like 2 or 3 boxes. There's only, I'm going for it. Okay. So setting, there's no mythical setting. Okay. Remember, these are mythical elements. I'm not just replaying the setting here. I'm saying that there is no mythical setting. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say, no. There is no mythical setting. The characters, were they gods? This kind of thing. Well, we thought they were humans. The characters were the seasons. And our evidence is going to be here where he says, so here's where we still think he's a human, but then we find out that he's spring, right? They sing to him, they call him spring. So this is, I don't know the paragraph number, you can go back and count. And then we're gonna come here and we're gonna say, this shows that he is not a person, but rather the season of spring. Okay, perfect. Totally put all that stuff in the wrong place, didn't I? You guys couldn't stop me? Come on. Oh my gosh, I put it in the wrong spot again. I'm a mess. I'm trying to get this done quick. Okay. All right, let me get these last 2 boxes done and then we'll make a new video. All right, so events, what did it explain? So we're going to go ahead and say the myth explains both seasons and the creation of the flower snowdrop. And again, we can use the same quotes as before. And this means that spring will always beat winter and become spring. All right. And then down here, theme, what was the lesson? What was the explained phenomenon? How the seasons change. And really, I'm going to say the same thing here. So I'm going to end this video with this, and I'm going to make another video to get the last part of this, this myth. All right. Bye.